Hello, I'm Glenn W. Worthington. I am literally the guy who wrote the book on diamonds in Arkansas. This is a very valuable piece of literature if you want to learn the past history of what all went on in the mining attempts in the early years to find diamonds here, and what's been found in more recent years since it became a state park. And it's even got pictures in here that you can use as wanted posters to know what to go out and look for when you're searching at the Crater of Diamonds. But right now we're not at the Crater of Diamonds State Park. We are at the Twin Knobs 1 diamondiferous lamproite intrusion. And this very valuable book is going to show how valuable it is today by being a good paperweight. I've got maps here that I want to show you, and the wind is wanting to blow them around a little bit, but not too bad today. I'm all about the maps. You might know me as the Genuine Diamonds in Arkansas guy. However, our business name is M.A.P. Stands for Mid-America Prospecting. So we're all about the maps, and I want to look at some treasure maps. We're going on a treasure hunt. We need a treasure map. So let me grab the camera and we'll point and talk about this stuff and show you what we got here. All right. This, see the wind? This is a geological map. It shows Murfreesboro right here. This is the town of Murfreesboro. This is the Crater of Diamonds State Park. You can see West Hill, Middle Hill, and East Hill. Only half of this blue is actually search field. They limit the diamond search area to just 37 acres. This whole thing is about 79, almost 80 acres. But this part is magmatic. It came up later. People think, oh, there was one volcano that brought it to the surface. No, geologists say it's a multiple pyroclastic event. In other words, there were many eruptions there. Well, these last 3 eruptions came up too slowly that the diamonds were all resorbed out of it. So the search field limits you to just 37 acres, which is the majority of the diamondiferous lamproite. But there is 79, almost 80 acres of lamproite there. This map also shows other lamproite intrusions. This is Twin Knobs 1. See that big mitten shape? That is where we're standing right now. And we'll look at other maps in a minute, and I'll show you exactly where we're standing at this moment on that mitten. This is Twin Knobs 2, and it was called that because here are twin knobs. There's 2 knobs here, hills. One of them is kaolin clay, and when I worked in diamond exploration, they core drilled it, and the kaolin clay goes 30 feet deep, and it's about 1 acre surface area at the top, but the kaolin clay is really of not much value. We'll talk about kaolin someday, but not now. Anyway, Crater of Diamonds State Park, Twin Knobs 1, Twin Knobs 2. This is Blacklick. Actually, that blue should all tie together here. Blacklick is big, but it's been excavated now. This is the American and the American North. They're kind of linked together underground too. And this is the kimberlite mine, which there's no kimberlite at the kimberlite mine is lamproite, but the geologists didn't know it at that time. They called it kimberlite. And this little circle here is the timberlands. And if you'll join me in this series of videos on our YouTube channel, we'll go and explore each of these sites. For right now, let me make this map bigger anyway. I'm going to pull this one off and we'll get to the one below. All right. So this is like zooming in on what we had. This is Crater of Diamonds State Park. You can probably read it right on there. And then this is Twin Knobs 1, where we're standing here, and then Twin Knobs 2. So that's the same map, but just closer. Well, see, it's kind of a mitten shape. Well, I will show you where we're at on that map and how it relates to where we are right now. Well, let's move in closer. This is actually a property map. And I'm Glenn Worthington, and my wife Cindy and I have owned this 4 1/3 acres for 20 years now, and this is our route to Highway 301 and the craters over here. The majority of this 60 acres is the Twin Knobs 1 lamproite intrusion. Now, there's 10 acres that's owned by someone else, but we'll talk about that some other time. Right now, I want to take, this is a proper size mitten, and I want to place it exactly where it goes. If you'll see, the thumb of the mitten goes over onto this property, and the thumbnail of the mitten is on Cindy and I's 4 1/3 acre. And in the corner here, we have a pit of water, a pond, because we dug up the lamproite, and that's how I'm certain that it sits exactly like this, because I found the thumbnail of the mitten on the corner of our property. It's a shame it wasn't more like that, but anyway, the reality of it is the majority of it, of Twin Knobs 1 lamproite intrusion, is on the Riley property, and some of it, a good portion of it, is on this other 10 acres. They kind of have a checkerboard property here. And many years ago, the Rileys also owned this 10 acres, but one of the Rileys wanted a new car, and he traded a guy in town in the 1930s for a new Huffmobile. So that 10 acres was traded for a car. And so, all right, we'll take this off since we can't see it while we're standing here anyway. Where we're standing right now is at this point, at the corner of that 10 acres and the Riley. And we looked in that direction, and as I said, it's 1,200 feet from where we're standing to 301 highway. And the Crater of Diamonds is on over here west. So in this 1,200 feet from here to the highway, it drops 50 feet. So this is high ground. We're standing on the high point. And let me flip to another map here. This is really highly classified map. When Star Resources did their core drilling and pit bowl sampling, this is the map they made. This is where we're standing, right at that corner, and they put pits here to sample for diamonds. And I have a book that tells me exactly what they found in each of those pits. This book is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, the information in it anyway, because that's what Star Resources paid for all this. They had their geologists describe all the drill core, when they would drill down and everything. And they found, how deep the lamproite was in different spots. And they did this map so they could figure out where the funnel sat exactly. And from this point, if we will go just north of here, 170 feet, that's where they drilled straight down. We'll go up to that site in a little bit. But right up this lane, 170 feet, they drilled down 700 feet in lamproite before they came out the bottom. The drill ended up going 1,000 feet. It's the deepest one ever drilled in lamproite in the state of Arkansas. But they were very near the middle of the funnel when they drilled it. So anyway, that's a interesting piece of information. And the other interesting thing about this map, not only where they dug the pits, but the book tells how many diamonds they found in each pit. So it really is a treasure map that tells you, if you were to work here, where diamonds have been found in the past and where you should go in the future to look. So that information is worth a lot of money because they paid a lot of money for that information. Texas Star ended up pulling out because they said, well, the lamproite is not economic to mine. It costs more to dig, haul, and wash the lamproite than the diamonds are worth that you get out of it. But there are diamonds here. They found diamonds here. They proved that. But what they didn't do is wash the gravel layer, the diamond-rich gravel layer from what used to be 150 feet higher lamproite concentrated down into a layer of gravel between 2, 3, and 8 feet thick. That diamond-rich gravel layer is the pay layer here. The lamproite is not. And Texas Star paid millions of dollars for a high-tech, state-of-the-art, multi-million-dollar lamproite processing plant. If their geologists had convinced them there are more diamonds in the gravel than in the lamproite, if the board of directors for that company had said, oh, now we get it, we don't want to try to get diamonds out of the lamproite, we want to get the diamonds that are in the gravel layer. That's the economic layer. Texas Star could not have processed that layer of gravel at their plant. They had spent millions of dollars on a lamproite processing plant, gambling that the lamproite would be worth digging, hauling, and washing, and it wasn't. They didn't have the right equipment to process gravel because they had rock crushers in there. And if you try to put these jaspers and other chalcedony and cryptocrystalline quartz rocks through that lamproite processing plant, it would break all those rock crushers. And you don't need to crush those rocks anyway. All you got to do is clean them off and separate the light stuff from the heavies. And by heavies, I mean the dense material like pyrope garnet and chromium spinel and diamond. They have a greater density because they came from depth than the rocks from higher on the surface here. But anyway, I've showed you where we're at. Just a quarter mile that way west is the Crater of Diamonds State Park as the crow flies. And then looking south, you can see that down this road, that's where they went and did some bulk sampling, but they did some bulk sampling up here. I think what we'll do is I'll go and we'll talk about that core drilling they did right up here just 170 feet away. Thanks for joining me today. Check back again and we'll do a little more investigating of the Twin Knobs 1 diamondiferous lamproite intrusion.